The next episode of Strawberry Patches. My name is Marina. Today I'm coming to you from a Butterfly Creek. It's a tiny zoo entertainment park for kids, and normally these videos are all about knitting and crafting, and I will talk about all my knitting later, but now I just wanted to show you some beautiful alpacas that have been shorn. And today we are here with my daughter Lydia, enjoying the beautiful butterflies and other animals. And and then later when we get home I'll tell you all about my crafty endeavors, and see you later then. Thanks for joining me. Hope you like this video. If you do, viewers, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about some knitting that I've done, some life update, and a little bit more about spinning, because I have started to spin on a wheel, which is very exciting, on this wonderful Maja Craft Pioneer wheel. So all of that a little bit later today. First of all, welcome to everybody who is new, and if you are coming back then if you've been watching before, I'm very happy that you decided to come along as well today. Welcome back, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. That would be very nice. And let's start. So today I am recording while my baby is asleep. She has just turned 1 and she's walking already and blabbing around. She's very talkative and she's a very cute baby. I think I will include a little bit of footage after the normal craft related talk at the end of the episode, if you want to stick for that. Or if she wakes a little bit later, maybe you'll see her. But anyways, as you know, my name is Marina and I live in Auckland, and I have amazing friends here. One of them is Cher, who has her own podcast, by the way. It's Waihipi Forage. I do recommend that you watch it. She's very inspiring, and she came yesterday to visit me, and she showed me some tricks, how to ply actually the wool that I had spun. But I'm jumping forward. Let's start from what I usually start with, which is the finished objects. Well, my finished objects are very strange today. It's not really FNFO, it's frogged and mended sock kind of thing. If you remember, I knitted the socks about a year ago, and I decided that it would be fun to use a non-speckled blue yarn here, which didn't wear well. And I was thinking maybe I could just mend this part, but then I thought, oh well, I have more yarn, so I will just reknit this part. It was a very easy and quick knit, and I love this yarn. You obviously noticed that this is all crazy like this. That's because I have unraveled it and didn't wash the yarn. I just knitted with it again. And this, you can see the difference here. One sock is this new yarn that was left from last time, and this is the unraveled and knitted afterwards. And I was planning to wash them and hoping that they would be even, the stitches will be even again. So this is my only finished object. If you remember, I am working on my, oh no, I don't think I started it last time, did I? I don't remember. So I'm using this wonderful cotton Turkish yarn, and I was so hoping that I'm going to finish this top, but for some reason, a busy mom that I am, I haven't really finished it. So, but I have done this much. So this part, initially I planned it to be the front because of this part, which is just stuck in that and you wouldn't see it through. But I am considering of making this the back, which makes this the front. Yes, the front is finished, as you can see, with this beautiful hem and this wonderful design. I'm very happy with the color and the motifs and how they look. I think they're very pretty. And it wasn't, I have to say that this pattern is, I made it using a YouTube tutorial, which is done by Natalie Masters, her channel, and it's in Russian. But if you just watch it, you probably will be able to understand these stitches anyway. This is how it's going to look if I do decide to wear it this way. I think it's more interesting if you have, well, either way, this is interesting. And I'm almost done. Almost done, just a little bit, this much left to knit. Hey! So, it's a very fun knit, and I think I really would love to finish it before New Year. And this is a very, very soft, 100% cotton Turkish yarn in this beautiful gradient. And let me show you again the bowl. I used up, this is the 4th skein that I attached, so this is like 200 gram right now. And I still have 150 gram left of this wonderful yarn. Yeah, I really recommend the pattern and the yarn. Really loved working with it. It was really fun. And it lives in my lovely Totoro bag. Happy with the bag as well. So, I didn't want to work on my sweater for my husband, which is 100% wool. I didn't want to work much on my other sweaters that are still whips, and I haven't really touched them. But I wanted something quick and different after I mended those socks. I decided to cast on this yarn that I bought from Darn Knits, New Zealand. It wasn't a skein, so I made a little bowl, and it's called Licorice All Sorts, and it knits up beautifully. It's a really fun sock to knit. And the first time I saw this was on James's podcast. James, the kiwi knitter. No, I will put the name below. He's in New Zealand as well, and he wears a kilt. So James the kilted knitter, Kiwi James the knitter. Oh, sorry James, it's a long name. I will put the link below. So I really enjoy his podcast, by the way, and I saw them on his podcast. He was making one for him and his mom, I think last Christmas, and I thought, ooh, I want to make them as well. So this is what I have, and they live in this wonderful little bag which was gifted to my daughter on her birthday, and it was supposed to be a toy basket, but I'm sure you will understand when I saw this I thought, no, sock project basket, because the toys won't fit in here. So this is what is happening. Yay! Now let's move on to new yarn. And before I talk about new yarn, I wanted to go back and tell you that my wonderful friend Cheryl, who taught me to spin, hand spin, and hand dye yarn, she was also so sweet and so kind that she gifted my daughter a wonderful book with fairies, and it's an amazing book. I would show you, but I would probably talk forever about it. But she also gifted me this wonderful row counter. And the idea behind this thing is that once you've done a row, you move this up, and this is how you count. This is so clever, and I can use this part or this part, and look at the pretty beads. There's a moon and the sun. Excuse me, manicure, please. I haven't had time to go and do it yet. And I really love it. It's so clever and so pretty, and it's such a nice little gift to make a friend. I'm so happy I have a friend like her, and I don't know how I can thank her enough. You would really enjoy her episodes, I think. So go over to the her YouTube channel and give her some love, if you please. She's a very kind and awesome person. So thank you, Cher. Now, I remember I told you in the previous episode about the rose cardigan by Andrea Mowry that I was going to knit. So if you remember at the Fibre Fest, I bought some wool for it, and I was asking you about whether I should combine the 50 silk, 50 merino with a 100% wool, and I decided to do some swatches. So I've done a swatch of this wonderful Revive Designs merino silk blend. Here it is. And I've done another swatch of this 15% silk and merino. It's also beautiful and soft. And I also swatched this, I think it's 100% Corriedale, New Zealand Corriedale, which is also lovely. But if you take it on its own, it's a very nice wool, and it's not very scratchy. But if you compare it with this, it's such a big difference, and I just didn't want my cardigan to have these parts where I thought, it has to be perfect because it's a very complicated pattern, and I want to be absolutely happy with it. So I thought, well, I will just go to the website, the Revive Designs website, and see if maybe they would dye some yarn for me. And yes, Deb was amazing. Sorry for all the noise. She was amazing. She texted me back and said, of course, yeah, sure, I can dye some wool for you. And she did. In just a week's time, she was very helpful, and she has dyed up some yarn for me. So I ditched all this glittery stuff and I ordered these beauties. And this is her silk 50 superwash merino base. Oh, it still smells like sheep. I don't know how. It's just such a lovely smell. And she was also so kind that she added a couple of teas and her card, and she wrote a lovely note with it. And oh, that's so cute. She included even a little mini, which is also very soft. It's 85% merino, 15 nylon. It is very squishy. So yeah, I'm very, very happy now with the yarn that I have for the cardigan. Let me just show you all of the colors together that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use this and this. This is not Revived Designs, but I am liking it anyway. Oopsie, some unraveling happening. So basically, yes, this is what's gonna be. There you go. I think these are lovely colors. It's gonna be a really subtle change. But I'm loving it. I'm so happy. So this is what's happening with the rose cardigan. This was my purchase that I wasn't planning to do this year anymore, but I did buy something else. But first let me tell you about what I did last weekend. Last weekend I went to a Creative Fiber meetup, and I kept seeing the notes that you can come and you can borrow a wheel and try, see what you feel. But I was waiting for my mother-in-law to come, so she arrived and she was babysitting my daughter. So I had a little me time and I went there and I tried out this Magicraft wheel, this beauty. I don't know how to show you. I don't want to touch the camera.
Yeah, I think it's just, it was on a very low ratio. When you have it on that small ratio, when you're doing lace weight, when you're doing a thicker yarn like this, you need it up higher on the ratios.
Okay.
Like you could go up higher if you're doing a thicker yarn. But you then sometimes have to just take some of the tension off your dry band, off the Scott tension, just loosen it off a little bit. And then pull it in from it. Which then you kind of have this argument with us.
Yeah, I like it. I like the otherwise it blends and you don't really see that it's different colors.
Yeah. And when you light, you find a lot of that lumps and bumps will even out.
Yeah.
And it's not as chunky and as lumpy as you think it's going to be.
I don't mind.
But that's all part of hand spun.
Yeah. I don't want it to be so perfect that nobody would believe it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's right. You're on the way.
Thank you.
And then she left and questioned the circumstances. I'd been away. So on holiday, I came back. She spoke to me and said, "Oh, you know."
Yeah, that's good. And I spun some of the fiber that I had from the last year's knitting retreat that we did, and you can see there's a very nice video about what we did there, the carding and the spinning. And I took it off the bobbin and I didn't have any bobbins, so I had to roll up a magazine. So this fiber, Kurt, who was our teacher, he just gave us some of that. Then I had some red from him as well, and this was our sample for with nips, like the tweed sort of yarn. You can't really see, but yeah. And then there's another tweed thingy we did. And this is the very, very first bobbin that I did of all these different fibers that I tried. So you can see how wonky it is. And I just combined it because this was just for practice. And I didn't have enough to make anything anyway. After that, I decided to, so when at the knitting retreat, when we were there, Kurt gave us a formula of how to make some tweed yarn, the percentage of colors that you can blend and all that, blah, blah, blah. So I had this wonderful cloud, which is somewhat like unicorny, and I added lots of bling into it, Stelina. So with the help of Cher, yesterday we plied it, and this is my first wheel spun 2-ply. Okay, don't judge me, but this is my very, very first plied hand spun, wheel spun yarn. And even though it looks very wonky, I love it. I love it because, yes, with this you can tell that this was not machine made, and I just love all this curls and pearls, and I love it. I just love it. I think this is how hand spun should look. I mean, of course, if they were all the same width, then they were perfect and ideally balanced and everything. It would be beautiful as well, but I like it like that. So I was so excited to be doing this that I borrowed the wheel for a week, and I went to see my friends to the New Zealand Fabrics and Yarn shop in the center of Auckland, and I decided I need more fiber to practice. So I bought this beautiful Ashford merino silk, and it's looking very nice. It's looking wonderful. I have not spun with silk yet, but I think it will be a very nice little thing to spin. Just a second, one more thing. I also bought this wonderful fiber, which is this gorgeous black. It looks a little bit blue, but it really is black, with this wonderful pinks, fuchsia, and oranges, and some silver. It's actually nylon. Tiny bit of green. So I started spinning it, and here is what I have done. What do you think? I'm really enjoying seeing how the pink and all the other colors appear on this black, and I can't wait to finish it and apply it. And as one of the ladies who was helping me to learn how to do it, she said, "Oh, be careful, it's very addictive." I agree. Once you hear this spinning wheel going, this little soothing sound, and the rhythm that you have to keep with your feet, and this pulling of the fiber with your hands, it's so relaxing. I think I could do it for ages. I can do it for hours. If only my baby wasn't so curious about it and she wouldn't, run around and put her hands into it. And I can only do it when she's asleep, or when her grandma takes her out for a walk or something. Что это такое, Лида? But I'm still gonna do it. It's so worth it. It's so much fun. Right. What was the next thing I was gonna tell you? I have a little bit of frogging going on. So if you remember a couple of episodes back, I told you that I wasn't sure that I liked my Find Your Fade shawl, and I thought it was just this huge weird shape, and it was too warm, and it never gets that warm here in Auckland. So I decided, well, if I'm not happy with it, I might as well rip it and use it for something else. So it took me a long time to rip it, and it made me think, oh my god, if it took me so long to rip it, then it was a long time to knit it as well. And this is what happened. This is it. This is the beauty, unraveled. All of this came up to this tiny balls. And now I need a project that would showcase this beautiful yarn better. But I'm sure I will find something. it's just gorgeous, and the colors match perfectly, and it's enough for a cardigan, that's for sure. And my other projects, the future knits that I am planning, is the rose cardigan. I want to start it in the summer. It's going to be not so warm. You know, when you work with 100% wool, it feels so hot in your hands and your hands sweat. But this yarn was really a pleasure. It was really a pleasure because it's 50% silk. So I guess it will be nice. Also, I'm hoping that I will have more time now that my mother-in-law is here, who is amazing, by the way. She's so helpful. She's great. Before we finish, I just want to remind you, which is very important, I think, we have a kiwi cal going on, and it's finishing on the 1st of January, so you still have some time. If you have knitted anything with a New Zealand yarn or using a New Zealand designer pattern, you can jump on this train and win some amazing prizes. I showed the prizes last episode. It was this beautiful cake of kiwi inspired yarn. Also, there is a pattern from Libby is one of the prizes, and some notions and a little tea towel and some other things, and it's a really good prize, and I will send it to you if you are going to win it. Right now there aren't many projects, so the chances of winning are very good. So just to remind you of that. And I forgot to say that I plan to go to a very interesting workshop this Sunday, which is today's Friday? Yes, in 2 days. Annette Montgomery, who is this talented creative person with amazing spinning and dyeing skills. She's organizing a dyeing workshop, and we are going to dye some wool, some fiber and some locks, and it's going to be amazing. So next episode I will tell you all about it, so don't forget to subscribe, and then as soon as I post the video you will see what we came up with. It's going to be very exciting. Hope you will like that. That's all. Let's finish now with this. I thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you like the little video of my daughter turning 1 year old. And I'll try to make another episode before Christmas. If no, then Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Subscribe, please. See you.